Welcome to Unnecessary Roughness, Barstool Sports college football podcast presented by the lovely folks at Twisted Tea. Grab a refreshing Twisted Tea. Brandon, I know before
Let me stop you there, Kayce.
Well,
Let me stop you there.
I know what you're about to say. Ev, before he does, welcome back. I know you were interviewing Jeremiah Smith on Monday. I think it's a very cool interview. I think he's going to clown you a little bit, but I'd like you to know I thought it was cool.
Listen, it was cool. There's a Big Ev, dream day to go out and be able to hang out with maybe the best receiver we've ever seen, who is an Ohio State Buckeye. I just got a problem with the messaging and the packaging of this whole thing, because him and Tate went out there and they guarded Jeremiah Smith, who, by the way, maybe the best receiver we're ever going to see in our lives.
Maybe so.
Certainly, early returns indicate we'll be talking about him for a long time as a great receiver. And Big Ev lines up on the line. Tate lines up on the line. He blows right past them as they barely even move. And they're like, oh, my God, can you believe it? This guy, we can't even guard him 2-on-1. Yeah, I can believe it. Big Ev, who was in charge of the messaging on this?
I mean, Brendan, listen, there were some ball knowers last year who's a true freshman that said before the season, hey, this Jeremiah Smith guy, you got to look out for him. He's good. So he's getting a lot of single coverage. Coming in this year, he's not going to get single coverage. He's going to get double coverage. And me and Tate, as the fans we are, wanted to fly out there, get him some work. That's all it was. Just want to get him some work, get him some good reps. Listen, I'm a big body to get around. He's probably not going to see anyone this wide on the perimeter.
It's a good point. It's actually a pretty good point.
I'm just not sure. Listen, in no way am I in shape, or in no way am I in shape to do anything like that, but I'm just not sure Tate and Big Ev combined add up to even the one-on-one coverage he's received before.
I was trying to ascertain the percentage
of a Division I defensive back they make up?
No, of the percentage of Jeremiah Smith that he was having to expend. I don't think
it gets to double digits.
I'm wrestling with, okay, I was giving him at least like 30.
Okay.
I think it was like 5. Maybe.
No, I would say maybe 7 to 10. I'll say, and I'll say this 100% earnestly. When we did the 40, 30, 20.
Yeah.
When I got to when I was inside the 5, I was like, oh my God, I'm going to beat him. And then I looked to the right and he just beat me the last yard or two. And then watching the tape back and realizing, he was going about 20%.
Yeah. He timed it to where he beat you in the last yard.
Yes, he knew exactly what the score was.
Second, you think you can cover this? And he was like, yeah, I got it.
Was he a good guy?
Great guy. He actually, it was fun. So when we walked in, obviously I'm dressed like Big Nut and he's fucking in full uniform. One thing he has followed me for a while, but I never really know. And he knew us right away when we walked in. So that's always a great feeling. Even though I'm a 30-year-old man and he's 19, but regardless of that fact, no, he was a very good guy. Listen, we thought he's 19 years old. He's a very kid with a good head on his shoulders. He's not going to give crazy sound bites. We're like, what can we do with him? Have a little fun with him that's interesting that no one else is going to do. And this is what we landed on. Went for the physical comedy route, did my little Chris Farley route. Yep. I thought that was better than just saying, hey, you're going to win another natty this year? You're going to beat Michigan? He's going to say, yeah. So we thought that was the angle we took. And I'm not mad about it. I thought it went well.
He was lightly jogging off the line of scrimmage the first time. And then the quarterback didn't hit him. But when you guys did the 40-20, yeah, you know what I'm saying.
40-30-20.
Yeah, it was like he was a cat playing with his prey. It really was. It was one of those things where he was just pawing at you guys and you're just sitting there we all know what's about to happen. And it was such light work, but I agree with you. It's better than him being like, yeah, we're going to win another natty. Love Coach Day. At least it was entertaining.
So we asked him what he runs in the 40. He said he has not run one officially since he was a freshman in high school. And when he was a freshman in high school, he ran a 4.5.
Oh my God.
So we'll see what it was. I mean, he's someone, honestly, when he comes out, he probably won't even run. He won't need to.
No.
But I mean, by all accounts, he looks like a 4.3 guy, and he's a fucking monster.
I have a dumb question.
He's a human being.
Dumb question for all the boys with testosterone in the room. When if you're just a normal everyday person versus somebody that's going to be a professional athlete like him, when does that peak? Would his 40-time peak right now, or is it going to peak when he's going to the NFL? Is 4.5 when he's 15 years old just insane?
I mean, it's different for everybody, but generally, I mean that what 21 to 24, right? When they're going to the combine, right?
So if we're talking just 40 time, that will peak at the combine because they're specifically training for 40 time. They're not
Right.
going to train in the NFL. But I've always thought of the like prime athletic peak of what, like 25, 26?
So-
Because that's when you've got the mixture of like mental ability and physical development.
I think the better way to judge that is look at the Olympic sprinters and who's winning the gold medals.
Yeah.
You don't see 18-year-olds winning the Olympic gold medals in sprinting. You see the 23 to 27-year-olds.
yeah, like
winning.
mid-20s.
Yeah.
That's
So
your
what
that's
you're
your
saying is
physical
that-
prime.
A 15-year-old, probably, if he was a freshman in high school, could have been 14, maybe 16, was running a 4.5, and he's 10 years off of his peak.
Yeah. No, 4 or 5 freshman years, bad
That's
shit.
crazy.
Yeah.
That's fucking crazy. Yes, for context, like that's insane.
That's what I was trying. Like, I just, wow. Well, that's still really cool. So did he surprise you at how quiet he was? Because he looks really quiet on camera.
No, and we like off camera and even on camera, we got some good laughs out of him. Like I think he definitely is someone who's like aware of Barstool. Like we threw Dave out there. He said Dave was a funny guy. Like he's generally aware. Like I said, he started following me at some point in mid-season, so I think he's definitely generally aware of Barstool and what's going on. Like he follows a lot of the account, like the Barstool Ohio State account and stuff. But he was pretty much what I expected. He's just like a very like mild. He's a very humble kid. Like even. I think the one we asked him, like, least funniest teammate, he just said himself. Like, he's just that kind of guy. Definitely a very, like, not going to throw a teammate under the bus, just mild-mannered. Like, I just appreciate that from a kid like that, where he's been told for the last 5 years he's the second coming of Jesus Christ.
Probably
and
his whole life.
Especially the last 6 months, he surely has. And he still has a good head on his shoulders. So I appreciate that. But like I said, I just knew coming into it, he's not going to be, like, prime time giving out, like, crazy sound bites and stuff. That's just not who he is.
You know that he got cut from his kindergarten team at 7 years old?
No, I did not know that.
Jeremiah Smith did.
Why would I have known that?
I'm just saying,
Also,
it's fun. It's a fun piece of lore.
It's a great thing that happened. If he is on that team, Jeremiah Smith isn't Jeremiah Smith.
I mean, no, he
today.
literally said that he thinks about it every single, like, that he uses motivation every day.
Kindergarten football team?
Yeah,
That
his dad.
exists?
His dad. I mean, that's Florida. His dad told him, "quote We're gonna work a little harder, and you ain't gonna have to worry about that again." He said, "During the week, you get to be a kid, but on the weekend, we working."
Also, I mean, his cousin is Geno Smith.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah,
Damn,
Geno Smith
good
is his
genes.
first cousin. Like Geno Smith was at the national championship game in a Jeremiah Smith jersey.
Okay, wait. Okay, I'm gonna read this. This is the exact quote from Smith talking about. That just motivated me to take everything that I do very seriously. I still really remember that moment of the hurt feelings of being a 7-year-old kid that just wanted to play football and didn't get the chance that year. So I don't take anything for granted anymore. That moment made me tougher. I think about that moment each and every day. It's something that I keep in my mind while I'm playing or if I ever feel like I'm slacking off. I remember that moment and
Well, it also is telling that, we can all use moments in our lives where we were told we weren't good enough, or we were told this, or something went wrong, or
Yep.
somebody chose somebody else, or something like that. And for him, he has to go back to when he was in kindergarten.
yeah, because he's very good.
Right.
Also, what kind of asshole cuts a kindergartner?
Florida football, baby.
Those.
I get it.
Let me ask you this: have you ever watched those documentaries on Friday Night Tykes or whatever?
Friday Night Tykes,
Those 8 and 10-year-old football teams. Those are the biggest assholes in the world.
Yeah.
I just can't fathom. First of all, I should probably.
You've had parents on those shows hitting the kids.
But on what planet could I look? I didn't know kindergartners were 7 years old. I should learn these things, seeing as I have a 2-year-old son.
I don't think they are.
I'm about
I mean,
to say.
it's
I
like-
thought you were like 5 when you went to.
They
kindergarten.
are like 5.
I
Five
don't
is
feel like you.
Okay,
you
that's
just
on me.
look at a
Let's just say second
5-year-old.
grade. Okay,
Okay,
it was
all
7,
right.
guys. My bad. Fuck.
Hey,
Gotta give you the exact
You
fucking
said
quotes.
7.
I know. Yes. No. Okay. 7-year-old team. There.
Let's
Fine.
all agree T-Bob fucked it up for
God
everybody.
damn it! Second grade team.
T-Bob, you
I
threw
did.
me
I
for
did.
such a loop.
That's on me.
Like
That's on me.
I'm on my first child, and I'm sitting here doing the math. Like he has 5 more years till he starts kindergarten.
Yeah, that doesn't make
sound
sense.
right?
By the way, Liam, also a big chess fan, said I learned that it definitely translates over to other aspects of your life because you have to really think before you make a move, before you make a decision. That's just not about football, but about everything in life. Jeremiah
seems
Smith,
like he's thinking a few steps ahead.
chess knower.
Ball knower.
Big brain
Ball
guy.
knower, sharp
Stone
guy.
cold assassin.
Okay, so we have fall camp starting. So when this episode comes out, it's officially August 1st, which is incredible. Fall camp is starting around the country right now throughout this week. We're 30 days away from week 1, 24 days away from week 0. Football is back. So I have some fall camp questions in a little bit, but just a little bit of news going into it. Obviously, the big news was Deion earlier this week. You've seen a lot of outpouring on that, and Colorado's happy to have him back. And then soon after, we get a viral quote from Hugh Freeze talking about the length and girth in the SEC. And T-Bob, I have to ask you, first of all, I don't think that Hugh Freeze meant to say this.
Oh, Kayce.
It was a Freudian slip. I
think he's being genuine. Because
that's what I'm saying, he actually meant the length and the girth of players.
Yes.
He didn't realize how much of a sex freak he sounded like.
Guys, I'll step up and field this one real quick.
Yeah.
And also, you guys are the ones misreading it because at no point did he say the SEC. He said, in this league, you need girth and size. And I think via his phone records, we know the leagues that he's been playing on that aren't exactly football leagues, if you know what I'm saying. So he's been needing length and girth in every aspect of his life.
I mean, if we just really want to go down this rabbit hole, to be fair, I don't know if length and girth really matters if you're talking about an exchange with a sex worker. It's a very transactional thing.
Sure.
It's like it's not like he has.
But who would know? Who would know better than he?
And I would make the argument, if we want to go even further, no personal hand experience with the sex worker part, that maybe they would prefer not to have too much length and girth if it is, in fact, sex.
Thank you, Kayce. Fuck yeah. Thank you. Good. That's great. That's great to hear.
Now do your football answer.
Makes everybody feel much better.
Do your little football answer. Your little, I was all SEC, all whatever.
No, I was just going to say that, look, in what facet of are length and girth not desirable traits? At least in sports.
Jockeys.
Okay. Yeah. Jesus Christ.
Okay. Gymnasts.
Well, you asked the question.
Yeah, but what about the horse? You want a girthy long horse?
Okay, sure.
A fucking run.
Fine.
Yeah, I mean, look, it's true. Also,
acrobats.
The first day that I was ever at an LSU locker room, coming from a small, predominantly white Christian high school,
length and girth was
I saw length and girth that shocked me to my core. Shout out the guy in the locker next to me. I won't name his name, but good friend, my signing class, a little 5'9" dude. Had braces.
Yeah.
Nice guy.
Just absolutely.
And I just remember, I looked over and had a little double take. I think my eyes fell out my head. So look, Hugh's right. You need length and girth in this league. Bottom line.
Are you barefoot?
Yeah. I'm barefoot.
When did that happen?
Of course he is.
I wanted to get comfortable.
Careful around Jerry.
We all agree, though. The bottom of your feet are very dirty, by the way. I don't know.
I know. I'm worried. Yeah.
Walking around that office will do that too. We're all on the same page, though, that Hugh Freeze was actually sincere when he said this, that he was not trying to be like a Lane Kiffin type quote, right?
No, but in fact, I found out about it from Lane Kiffin quote tweeting it. But no, Hugh Freeze, I think is a bad person. B, I think is a mediocre football coach in 2025. And C is an idiot. So he probably meant it earnestly, but that just tells me how stupid he is.
Yeah.
That's my answer about Hugh Freeze.
There's no way that Hugh Freeze is accidentally doing or is purposefully doing sexual double entendres. That would just be a complete sociopathic.
I think I'd respect him more if he did.
He doesn't seem like he's obviously football smart to a certain degree, but he doesn't seem like he has that creativity like a rapper would to make that double entendre, you know?
I'll say this.
What do you know about rappers?
I'll say this. I know what? I'm going to say it. I like Hugh Freeze. Hugh Freeze.
Listen, man.
Like
hold on, Kayce. Let us in the room deal with this. You and I have gotten along since you got here.
Yeah.
I'd say we're fast friends.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
I know.
Why?
And I don't. This is a bit.
Is it because Auburn is eminently beatable as long as he's there?
No, I do. I don't mind that part. No, it's not a commentary. This is a bit douchey. It's just every interpersonal reaction I've ever had with him.
Because he's nice to the media. God damn it.
No. He has that great recruiter memory, where because he recruited me in high school. I went to camp, played for him and shit, and then. I saw him years and years later, and he's asked about my high school and shit, and I was like, "Damn, Hugh, that makes you likable." I know.
T-Bob, your dad's famous.
I'm just saying,
you're easier to remember.
He's cool.
I'll give you this. You just sparked a memory.
See?
Every time I was around Hugh Freeze, he was very nice to me.
See?
Would you guys like to know why?
He even introduced me to cheese-infused meatloaf in the square, okay?
Wow. What the fuck?
Brandon,
Kayce-
that's pretty nice of him.
I mean, that sounds great.
Kayce, he was nice to you for two
Cheese-infused
reasons.
meat, okay?
Have you ever considered just giving Hugh Freeze a chance?
Yeah, Brandon.
Yeah, Brandon.
What is happening right now?
Brandon.
This is a guy that thumps his Bible. This is a guy who preaches and does all this thing and says, "Look how high and mighty I am." Oh, I'm sorry. I'm also calling escorts on the side. Like, this is the
Not for him,
fakest
maybe
guy in
not
college
for him.
football.
Maybe not for him. Also, I will say, he let me work out.
If it's not for him, it's even worse.
That man let me work out in the weight room during the
Oh,
practice.
wow. Wait a
That's
second.
not
You're telling me Hugh Freeze lets you come into the weight room and in workout attire, work out in front of...
Yeah,
wow.
I'd probably
I
let you.
take it all back.
He'd probably let you work out.
I
as
knew
well.
you
I
like
bet
that.
he did.
Wait, Liam, but Liam, you can get on the Freeze bandwagon, right?
Yeah, Hugh Freeze, Brand actually reintroduced me to failing football, which was pretty nice of him.
Wait,
What is that?
no. Now he's on your side. He's trying to dap you up.
Oh,
He's
okay.
saying that Freeze bad at coach. No, but Liam, you know
Yeah,
context
I know.
college football, right?
He's an all-time meme.
He gave you one of the greatest college football memes of all time.
Some of the best humans, some of the worst humans
Thumbs
have
up from
created
the
the best
hospital
memes.
could only happen in college football.
Yeah, they did. I thank him for it. But I'm focused. Guess what I'm focused on?
Length and girth.
The big 2025,
Oh,
not
okay.
length and girth.
Okay. Sorry.
Big
Ev,
2025.
you pro Hugh Freeze or negative Hugh Freeze?
I'm pretty like,
anti.
it's kind of a boring take. I'm pretty like, and I don't really care for Hugh Freeze, but I wouldn't say I have any vendetta or gripe against him. I think I kind of would going off what T-Bot, like he's good for college football in that way. Like he's very memeable.
Very.
I think, listen, you need some good guys, you need some bad guys. That's what makes sports great. You need to be able to cast judgment on these folks. That's kind of how it goes. That's the human element of it.
I think the worst thing you can say about Hugh Freeze is in the year 2025, despite being in his third year at Auburn, there's really no reason to have a firm opinion about him anymore because he's just kind of there. He's not. At Ole Miss, he was winning at a place that isn't used to winning or wasn't used to winning at the time. Lane is taking it above and beyond what he did. But he's done nothing at Auburn to warrant conversation other than saying length and girth.
And making fun of the hookers. Like he will it's like Bobby Petrino. You'll always make fun of the motorcycle.
Now,
it's like one of those things.
I know we should
Coach
speed
in the
this
hospital
up.
bed.
Yeah.
I know we should speed this up, but like, you know what is crazy about how we talk about Freeze? What if Gravedigger doesn't happen? The play against Alabama, where Isaiah Bond catches that ball and they beat like Auburn had to be like. It literally everything in Hugh Freeze's life is different right now.
Well,
if that play goes the other way,
there's a bigger one.
The kick six?
No. What if 4th and 25 doesn't happen?
Oh, the Arkansas was he the head coach at Ole Miss?
He was the head coach of Ole Miss, and they win the West if that doesn't happen.
Yeah, they go to Atlanta for the only
Alabama
time
doesn't
ever.
go to the national championship game.
Yeah,
What?
shit.
What year did he get fired? Was it 20?
Seven. It was right after SEC Media Days in 2017. 2016 was his final year.
God, so he's had two
Is
of
that
the
the same year?
longest
Is that
odd
the-
beats ever.
Is that the same year Gus Malzahn got fired too at Auburn? No.
No, Malzahn made it to like 2020 or COVID or something. So
I feel
Malzahn
like
got fired on this
all
show.
around that is when
Remember Malzahn got fired on this show because we were doing. He danced in the Mississippi State locker room, got fired the next day.
Oh yeah. I remember that.
it's just also Hugh Freeze on the hot seat, so we do know that. We'll see what happens. ACC media polls came out. Obviously, not a shock at all. Clemson by far the number one. They got 167 first place votes. Miami getting 7 first place. SMU getting 2. Georgia Tech getting 2. Florida State getting 4, and Virginia Tech getting 1. So somebody out there believes Virginia Tech could potentially win the ACC
man.
this year.
Beat writer.
Listen, man. Media polls are at once meaningless and useless, and at the same time absolutely expository and showing us who the idiots are. And if you're one of the 4 people that voted Florida State to win the ACC this year, stop going to media day. Stop wasting everybody's fucking time, you fucking moron.
Did it surprise you though that nobody else got over 10? Nobody
No,
else.
why would anybody get a vote besides Clemson?
I'm
Why would
surprised
anybody
the
get
team
one?
got 7.
Why would
Miami got 7? Yeah.
Yeah, I know. I'm surprised they got 7.
Yeah.
I'm surprised a single team got more than 2.
Yeah.
Like being a homer and saying Virginia Tech, sure. Being a homer and saying Pitt, I know they didn't get one, sure. is
7
incomprehensible.
7 independent people said Miami.
Then again,
7 independent human beings think Miami is going to win the ACC this year.
No, they don't.
when-
They don't think that. They just wanted to be different.
which I
Correct.
think though
And
is
fair.
actually a testament to how dominant position Clemson is in, because to only have 7 contrarians is actually crazy.
Yeah.
Like, it just shows you how, like, nonsensical it feels to choose any other team than Clemson.
Like they don't even want to troll. They
No,
don't even want
yeah,
to be
exactly. Like,
troll.
they can't even form enough of a foundation for such a hot take.
I mean, the 7 for Miami, whatever. Like you think Carson Beck's going to be good, but I agree with Brandon. 4 for Florida State is way crazier to me than 7 for.
Yeah, that's true. That's out
for
of pocket.
SMU.
That's. I mean, yeah, that's
At least SMU
wild.
was in the title game last year.
Sure.
Florida State was 2-10.
Sure. Again, Clemson's plus 105 to win the ACC. They should probably be minus 500.
I got a fan base who's on the watch list for hating me the most this year.
Oh, really?
Yeah, SMU fans did not take kindly to
Oh,
my
no.
Rhett Lashley.
No.
Rhett Lashley's going to leave for Arkansas as soon as he possibly can.
They didn't like that, huh?
No, they didn't like it. So.
Were you called mean names, or were they more?
Oh
sophisticated?
yeah, they were all their burners were just all up in my.
Well, I didn't know if SMU would be a little bit more sophisticated in their insults because they are
No.
a higher class demographic.
No, they're not
per
higher
se.
class. They're trust fund kids,
When-
which are like the worst people on the face of the earth.
When did we all have this meeting that we're just going to decide SMU are the richest people on God's green earth? Like there's
Bro,
other rich
they're
schools.
No, not
No, I
like
know.
SMU
But I
though,
will
bro.
say
See,
SMU.
what do you mean
No.
not like SMU?
Hold on. I'll find some numbers.
SMU has ridiculous money.
You see you watch a home game at SMU in the beginning of September. You take a scan of that crowd, Brandon.
Have you seen the TikToks?
Rich.
I'm pretty sure Duke fans are okay. I'm pretty sure Stanford fans are doing pretty
It
good.
ain't
I'm
like
pretty
that.
sure.
they
Yeah,
rich
but
like an
I will
SMU
say
kiddo.
from being from that area, growing up, SMU fans like make TCU fans look poor, and TCU is also a very wealthy area. They're both
Also, I mean, like
both private
Stanford-
schools in Texas.
Stanford and the other school you just said, now that I can't remember,
Duke.
they don't care much about football. Duke, they don't care nearly as much about football.
Yeah, they're
I
they're
think that
motivated by their
SMU,
Texas
like,
genetics.
However you'd word it, like their per capita of like caring about football and relativeness to how much money they have is definitely high up there.
They also they're very small but mighty. Like the money that they have, even with a tiny little enrollment class every year, is crazy. Okay, so not much news. The only other thing, everybody's now ranking the hardest and easiest schedules in the country because again, we're getting close to actual kickoff. PFF put out the hardest and the easiest. Brandon, have you seen these lists yet?
I've seen them floating around. There's a world. T-Bob just handed them to me.
Oh, I was going to read them to you if you haven't seen them yet.
I can tell you one thing.
I was going to ask you if you were upset that Mississippi
Every
State
single
beat-
end out there, the ranked schedules can suck my fucking dick for making us the number 8 schedule in the country. We'll end up playing half the playoff this year. They've got Wisconsin number 1, Arkansas 2, UCLA 3, which Arkansas, by the way, plays an SEC schedule. They also throw Notre Dame in there. But Florida, Rutgers is tough, Kentucky, Northwestern, and then Mississippi State. Easiest schedules, Wake Forest, Texas Tech. Anybody know who number 3 might be?
I was excited to tell you about it, Brandon. Indiana.
Who?
Indiana Hoosiers.
Hoosiers?
3 easiest in the country.
It is a very fascinating thing to me that Indiana, who's been bad their entire history, I'm not shitting on them, my team's been bad for their entire history, but as they rise as this ultimate underdog, they immediately run for the coverage of easy schedules. As they rise, they should be this rising phoenix from the ashes that destroys all and beats and wants to play these big teams. Instead, they just are pansies.
Well, no. Time out.
They're trying to get on this list every year now.
No, but Virginia would not increase the difficulty of their schedule all that much. They'd still be on this top 10. So I think you're assigning them an agency I'm not sure they have. What they're really the benefactors of are just getting a great draw in this new Big Ten
best
in
draw of all
back-to-back
time, yeah.
years,
Yeah.
where you add new teams, so it's easier to avoid the great ones. And for now, back-to-back years, Indiana just has an incredibly friendly draw.
Well, their schedule is tougher this year than it was last year.
It is still the third easiest according to PFF. Ev, as a Big Ten guy, what do you think about Indiana being here?
I mean, no, it's obviously like somewhat strategic. They've kind of gotten lucky as well 2 years in a row. I still don't think they're going to be nearly as good as they were last year, I guess, record-wise or team-wise, but we'll see. I mean, it makes sense. It's just kind of – it's unfortunate when even I'll give Brandon kudos here where, like, Mississippi State and some of these other schools like have brutal schedules. Oklahoma, brutal schedules 2 years in a row, and then they just kind of – like, I don't know how they were able to finesse their way out of the elites of the Big Ten again. I don't know how that happened, but I guess good for them.
I mean, it'll change, right? In a rotating schedule, like all things have to even out over time. I mean, we're sitting here playing the woe is me game for Brandon, but look at Liam's Bruins. Right there, number 3.
Hardest.
Like, and how come all these teams with the hardest schedules are already teams that are down bad?
Yeah.
And they're just being shit on further.
I mean, people forget UCLA's already had pullout series with like Georgia and Auburn and all these teams. People forget last year UCLA went and played a stretch where they were playing LSU, Penn State, and Oregon in consecutive weeks, played Indiana at the beginning of the season. Brandon and I, our football teams are quite honestly on the same wavelength.
Yeah, we're warriors.
We are. You and I are paladins in this gross. We deserve a lot more love.
We really
do
because
we're
God gives his toughest battles to his strongest soldiers, brother.
And maybe we'll play a bowl game. Maybe our teams will get together and just play a game for fun at the end of the year.
Yeah, maybe the Blutman Walker Bowl, huh?
Oh, that sounds lovely. And we'll play it in West Point.
Point City.
Get your I will
That's
say,
okay. You'd stick out in West Point, buddy.
Yeah.
to your point, Mississippi State being 8th, Oklahoma being 9th.
Yeah.
Oklahoma's fans have to be furious. We've talked about that a million times on this podcast.
They're too dumb to be furious.
So I think
Texas.
They think they're gonna. They still think they're better than most of their schedule.
They think they're winning 10 games.
Yeah.
Kayce, what jumps out to you the most from the easiest and hardest schedules?
Well, the easiest, I mean, obviously Indiana jumped out too, but I think North Carolina being on this list is a good thing for the Belichick era.
True.
Like they come in at eighth easiest. Oklahoma State too at 10th. I mean, we keep waiting for Mike Gundy to have another Mike Gundy year. And it's like I said, T-Bob, when Texas and Oklahoma left the Big 12, when we did the Big 12 preview before those two teams left, or after they left, like who's going to take that Big 12 torch and be like, okay, this is our league now. Why not Oklahoma State? Why not Mike Gundy? So maybe it could happen this year. But honestly, the 3 that really stood out to me were Indiana, North Carolina, and then I obviously having Brandon on that list, but at 8th, when they are the only team that are playing, what was Brett McMurphy, right? That said it. We talked about last episode.
Yeah, Syracuse
no,
also plays
Syracuse.
Yeah, but Syracuse is 10th, but it's not the same.
But Nebraska is one that I look at the easiest schedules. They're not on there. And they're the one I've circled in the Big Ten with the most favorable schedule to their expectations, I think. I think their schedule is a big strength of theirs this year.
I'll tell you what, bruh. Texas Tech, number 2 easiest schedule. If not now, win.
It
has to be
fucking
now.
Red Raiders, dude. They have got to take advantage.
They love Joey McGuire, but if he doesn't do it this year, they got to start asking questions.
Yeah.
I think I'm having a Ryan Whitney stroke day. But regardless, yes, Joey McGuire. T-Bob, you were saying earlier, I think it was the last episode, that you've been high on Joey McGuire. I feel like, Brandon, on this podcast, we've talked about Joey McGuire for the last 3 or 4 years, and every year one of us has believed it's going to be the breakthrough year.
Yeah, I mean they've had all the signs, and when he got hired, I liked the cut of his jib. I liked what he was talking about and about building through Texas, and then everything. By the way, everything they kind of said when he got hired, they've just kind of thrown out the window and just gone to the transfer portal and bought everything. Mm-hmm. Like they said, we're gonna canvass all the high schools in Texas, and we're gonna build a Texas only team. We're gonna do this, and we're gonna be Texas's team. And then a rich donor said, "Would you like to see my checkbook?" And Joey's like, "Fuck Texas."
Well,
give them all to me.
Yeah.
Which is the better play, but I'm just saying they've kind of changed. The almighty dollar has taken over that program, which is good for them, but it's counter to what they said they were going to do when they started.
It is interesting that SMU is also on this too, because, I mean, that could be favorable for Rhett Lashley and his whole thing. But, like, when you look at the, you've got Texas Tech, SMU, and Houston. You have 3 different Texas teams all on that list too. It's just, like, again, a testament to how many players are in Texas. But Texas Tech should be at the top of the Big 12 too, anyways, with talent. The guys that don't go to A&M or Texas. I
mean, the truth here is we had probably 4 teams in the college football playoff out of 12 that were there simply because of their schedule last year. Indiana, SMU, Texas, and Tennessee. Tennessee was pretty good, but what was their best win? Oklahoma or what? Alabama? Or what was their best win?
that grindy Oklahoma win kind of.
Well, they also
Their best win wasn't great. What was Texas's best regular season win? Oklahoma? Like it was.
Michigan.
Yeah, but 7-5 Michigan.
Yeah. Well,
8-4.
I was A&M.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So you had. This is not a Big Ten, SEC. This is not a conference point. I'm just making. You had a third of the playoff that was there because their schedules were way easier than their counterparts.
Well, and Tennessee also benefited from Ole Miss, Alabama, and South Carolina losing those extra games. I mean, South Carolina obviously turned it on, but had Ole Miss not lost that game against Florida at the end of the year, and then obviously Alabama losing to Vanderbilt, right? Wasn't it? Or Oklahoma. It was Oklahoma at the end of the season.
yeah.
Yeah, at the end of the season.
That was
like,
Oklahoma.
right
Crazy.
So, yeah, but I mean, Brandon, I like, in all seriousness, like, I know that, you know, you're going to always be high on your team. Do you think, like, you don't ever want to be on the toughest schedule? No shit.
When have I ever been high on my team, first of all?
You're high on your team. I mean, we're all high on our team, but I'm saying,
I'm not high on my team.
Can I just have a second?
Yeah.
T-Bob.
Yep.
Oh, no.
I think I'm gonna add a team to you know how we're gonna bust Arizona State's ass.
Arizona State's getting busted up. Who else? Wait,
There's one in the if I'm looking for an SEC win. You wanna guess what it might be?
Oh, let me look. Okay, I'm looking around here. Tennessee at home.
Early enough in the season. It's early enough in the season. Tennessee with a quarterback that they don't think is going to be very good. They're placing a lot of players. It's at our place. They're going to come in sleepy as hell.
I mean, it's a place probably like an 11 a.m. kickoff.
Yeah. What are they going to do?
Okay, well, here, just don't say anything.
All right.
I don't hate it.
That Tennessee, I mean, the thing about Heupel, though, is
he's always
going to have an elite rushing attack. Tennessee's defense
I didn't
better
mention
than ever.
Tennessee.
What?
Why are you talking about Tennessee? I wasn't talking about.
Oh, you weren't talking about Tennessee?
No.
Oh, sorry. I don't know why
okay.
I was talking about Tennessee then.
Okay. I blacked out there for a second. Everybody's talking about Tennessee.
Can I ask Ev a question off the record?
You have a mic.
Okay, Ev, off the record. Remember last year when we did our conference previews, which are all coming up, you know, very soon, and we did the SEC and we did who's the worst team in the SEC, and you decided that you would put Brandon's team on that list, despite the fact the rest of us put Vanderbilt. Are you thinking about putting them there again?
Kayce, I've got to go. I'm gonna have to get in the lab for that one.
I'll just answer it for you. It'd be hard not to.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I tried to tell everyone about Diego Pavia last year. Now they know, and that was more about Diego Pavia than I know. Brandon took that as an insult pick, but it wasn't. It was a ball nowhere pick. That was with this right here, with this big brain right here.
I will say there's a couple of teams in the SEC that look intent on trying to join us at the bottom. Like Kentucky and Arkansas seem to be eager to get down there with us.
I would maybe. I don't know about Arkansas. Pittman's
Arkansas,
solid.
second hardest schedule in the country, T-Bob.
No. I know. I'm saying, like, I don't think Arkansas is going to be great, but Pittman is solid. Taylon Green's got as much potential as almost anybody else.
Every good player they get in that system transfers out, and they transfer in a guy who's 75% as good.
Taylon Green, year 2, Bobby Petrino. I could see Arkansas. I mean, I think they're like 7-6 again, probably.
Yeah.
But I don't think they're like bottom. I don't think they're on.
Kentucky looks like they're headed for bottoming out.
Well, yeah. I mean, but I'm the biggest Mark Poops hater in the entire world. So
You could only refer to him as Mark Poops.
Yeah.
You're 8 for 8 on the show.
Yeah, only Mark Poops.
All right, Kayce, take us somewhere else.
Okay, so as I mentioned, fall camp's happening. So I have some questions. I did send them in the group, Brandon. I'm assuming you didn't see them, so they're going to be off the cuff for you. But I will start with Ev. Ev, which team do you think has the most pressure going into fall camp for 2025?
I think, it's tough. Obviously, there's quite a few. I'm gonna say, I'll say Bama. I'm gonna say Bama, and the reason for that is because I know and Brandon talked a lot of this going into last season. They tempered expectations. Oh, it's DeBoer's first year. Saban's gone. That shit was cute last year. That shit's done with, over with. You get embarrassed the way they did against Oklahoma. Now they come back. They don't make the playoff. Now they come back into this season. This is a team that if they don't make the playoff again, I mean, DeBoer's head's going to be on a stake.
Yep.
So I'm going to say Alabama. Like they're not going to deal well with losing 3 games back-to-back years. That's going to be unacceptable for this team. In the quarterback situations, kind of not no one knows. that's definitely not solidified or not something you can just 100% hang your hat on. I don't know. There's a lot of questions there. A lot of questions about Alabama. They don't do well with losing.
T-Bob, who do you think?
Yeah, I have a few different ones, but Alabama was on there for the exact thing that I have to. I mean, the expectation of Alabama is their greatest enemy. And in that same vein, I think the chalkiest answer and the most obvious answer is Penn State. And it's something that always fascinates me is when a team has to deal with a true championship or bust expectation. And I'm not talking about when like you know the big fans of a great team think, oh, we could win the championship, we should, whatever. I'm talking about when you do all the cold, hard, logical math and you're like, okay, clearly this team has the best setup to take home a national title this season. And it's an expectation that fascinates me because mathematically the odds are stacked against you. Like, only, despite all your advantages, only one team. It's why I'm so impressed with what Will Howard did last season. He had all the pressure in the world on. Remember, it was, Ohio State has all the pieces except for quarterback. Can Howard be the guy? Can Howard be the guy? And under that immense mountain, that burden of expectation, he found a way through. In that same way, that's Penn State, only more so this year because they don't even have a quarterback question. They've got Drew Aller. Like, their only question is James Franklin, and that adds to it. So, yeah, it's obviously, it's chalky, but it's obviously Penn State to me.
Well, and I'll just add on really quickly because that was also mine. It is when you talk about, and all the arguments we've had on this show, when you see social media, if you say Drew Aller, there is very, very few people that are apathetic. You either think he's incredibly overrated or you think that this guy is going to get it done. So just in general, when you see a guy like that or a team like that going into a season, every single thing he does, every single coaching decision James Franklin is going to make is going to be even under more of a microscope. And we've seen them have a pretty high level of success last year, getting as far as into the playoffs as they did. If they don't win the national title or get to the national title, they don't meet expectations.
I think they got to win it. I don't think getting it gets it done either.
It's just crazy. Like, I mean, and again, as somebody who's not very high on Drew Aller at all, and I think he's overrated. We don't have to go back down that path right now, but it is crazy to think how far they got last year, even though they didn't win the conference, to then turn around and say, well, if they make the national championship, they failed. Like, I wish my team was in that position. Brandon?
So I'll take my answer a different way because the team answer is obvious. You've both said it is Penn State because not just national title. You guys are talking national title, but it's their turn to be on top of the Big Ten. Michigan, Ohio State have stood in the way for several years. They've been a good roster, but Michigan was in the way 2 years ago. Ohio State's been in the way that whole time too. And now Ohio State's going to tick down just a little bit as far as preseason expectations with so many defensive departures and new quarterback. And Oregon's not really there for me as a complete team coming back to where they're the automatic favorite, even though they won it last year. It is their turn to sit on top of the Big Ten. If they do not do that, that is a big problem. The pressure is minimum win the Big Ten this year. Now, since that answer is easy and obvious, I'm going to go away from them and say instead of which team has the most pressure, I'm going to use by proxy which single human being has the most pressure. If Lincoln Riley doesn't show a pulse at USC, not only does he lose his job, he goes down as one of the biggest failures we've seen in a very, very long time. He had it made at Oklahoma. He, in the middle of the night, leaves, goes to resuscitate a big-time program, has basically half the country to himself. I know Oregon's up there, but has half the country to themselves, and it is a complete fart in the wind. It is meaningless. It is useless. He's done absolutely nothing. He has disappeared from big-time coaching lists. If he doesn't do it this year, he'll never be remembered fondly as a decent or good college football coach. This will be it. So, by proxy, USC is on my list because Lincoln Riley is the list.
Lincoln Riley's never had a team get better from one year to the next. Like every year in his coaching career, it's going to tick down every single year, and he has to try to stop that.
And there's other guys, obviously Billy Napier and everything, but I just look at USC is Lincoln Riley. Lincoln Riley is USC, and if they don't show
well, it felt like a home run deal.
Signs of life.
It felt like a national championship. I'm
not asking them to win the Big Ten. I'm not asking them to be a 12-win team. I'm asking them to show me something, and the pressure is on because if you don't show us something it's over, and your legacy as college football coach is that of a failure.
Well, and Ev, would you agree with this? I feel like it's hard. I'm not saying it's easy, but I do feel like there's a little room to move in the Big Ten. Like
It's a moving year for sure.
Yeah.
No, definitely. I think there's definitely room to move. I mean, I've talked about where I think Illinois, like obviously they've got some expectations on them. I actually think they could potentially meet those expectations. And Penn State obviously is in this crazy season where it feels like you just said before, it's like this all or nothing season. It's all led to this point. They get the coordinator, they got the recruits, they got the quarterback, like they got the weapons now from the transfer portal. Everything's in place. So I think there definitely is. I think there definitely is a place for it. And I think Ohio State's going to stand strong at the top. But obviously, even Michigan, do they have a big bounce back year? Like, there's a lot of teams that are like USC, obviously, can they kind of make that jump? Like you said, Lincoln Riley's in this very, weird spot where he just keeps ticking down. I definitely think there is, Iowa, I think, could be decent this year. It sounds like they might have a quarterback. Yeah. There's a lot. I think there's a lot, and that's kind of why I'm more down in Indiana, because I think there's a lot of teams in that mid-tier, that upper mid-tier, that could maybe be even better than we think. Like Wisconsin's kind of been down a little bit. That's another team that was up for a long time, at least in the top 4 or 5. That's now kind of slid down that. So I think there's definitely a place for it. It's just whether he can make that happen. I don't really believe it. Me and Liam are definitely firmly on the anti-Lincoln Riley. I just think he's not a good coach.
And I was about to go to Blutman.
Horrible in-game management as well. Horrible in-game management.
Because Blutman, you've been a Lincoln Riley hater. And I feel like, the storyline with him when he went to USC, leaving Oklahoma, obviously Oklahoma fans lost their mind. Having Caleb Williams and having that offense that he had, it was always like, well, Lincoln Riley never has a good defense. And then it was just now he just doesn't have either. They're fine. They're middle of the road. But what do you think Lincoln Riley has to do this year to take that next step back into relevancy?
It was actually every pick I had for this did get taken. Brand, big time ball knower, hit the nail on the head with everything about USC. I just have nothing to add to it. You hit everything on the head.
I think that if other teams I would put on this list,
there's a lot. Florida.
I do still have one.
Oh, you have one? Sorry. Okay, sorry, I misunderstood.
It did seem like he was punting.
I thought so
I'm
too.
not punting. I'm punting.
We jumped off sides. But
to be fair, it was a response to Kayce's questions about specifically USC.
Yeah.
Correct.
Yes.
We got to change our. We got. He's going for it, guys. He's going for it. We got to get defense back on the field.
I still come equipped with an arsenal full. My bag is still full.
You're right. That's on me for doubting.
I was prepared to say USC. Penn State was the easy choice. Yep. Alabama, good call. I'm just gonna go with the man who's said a lot of things, says a lot of stories. A gimmicky coach, Dan Lanning. Oregon, a lot of pressure in my opinion on Oregon, but it's more so coming in the back half of the season, more so coming probably in the playoff where there will be immense pressure on him to not just win a game, but advance in the college football playoff. It's time for Dan Lanning to show up and make a statement. It's too much of this.
No.
Yes.
No.
What do you mean? What?
They were undefeated won the Big Ten last year.
Correct, and then did nothing in the playoff.
You just don't want to see Dante Moore succeed.
I don't care if I want Dante Moore to succeed. I'm a guy. Everyone transfers. Who cares? Everyone plays for their rival now. Who cares? It doesn't matter to me. I'm not a guy who's going to hold a gripe against the player, against the kid, because he made a decision that's supposed to, in his mind, fulfill everything for him and his family and do what's best for him. I'm not the type of guy I hate a guy because he went to a school. That's the lamest thing that people do.
Yeah,
the point,
T-Bob.
Yeah, T-Bob. Oregon goes out there in week 1 is playing Montana State off rip, a high-tier FCS program who's going to give them I don't think they're going to beat them by any means. I don't think they're getting them a very tough game, but but that's good competition.
Didn't the FCS team give them a good game last year?
Yeah, Idaho did.
Yeah.
Jason X endless book of trick plays, but Montana State's replacing time a lot. They're replacing touchdown Tommy, who's playing wide receiver for the Raiders, so it's gonna be and they lost Scott Humphrey to New Mexico.
But back to Oregon.
So Oregon's playing at Penn State. They're playing at Iowa. They're playing at Washington. Is the college football playoff actually a guarantee? I don't think it is, and the odds indicate -270. They should be there. I kind of
say, Blutman,
I kind of don't think Oregon's going to make the playoff, actually. I kind of don't think Oregon's going to make the playoff.
I like that.
I got a lot of pressure going towards Oregon.
That was my most overvalued team. We're in agreement in this.
We're in sync here, and that's why Dan Lanning, you're going to figure out, because Brand figured it out too, Lukey knows too. He's a bits guy. He's a bits guy. Want the recruiting video? Want to see me go and do a cannonball? Bit. All these movie stuff before the game. The whatever he does in the movie scene. You know what I'm talking about.
Making sure the camera's on you when you say they're over there playing for clicks.
They're playing. They're over there playing for clicks.
You're
but there's 93 cameras on me right now, and I'm trying to get a clip out there. A good viral tweet. Oregon social team does an elite job. They're playing for clicks.
Yeah.
Brand knows. Dan Lanning, good coach, bits boy. Pressure is on.
Also, anytime it comes time for Oregon to graduate from winning something nice to winning big,
winning a big game,
they always
crumble.
Always fail.
What happened against Ohio State last year?
They
all-time crumbling. All-time crumbling.
Rose Bowls
What I was going to say, though, about that, I mean, listen, the cards fell how they fell. The fact that the number one team in the country was put up against Ohio State in that situation, like they got
it was terrible. Yeah, but
Yeah.
you protect your rankings, show up and do something. They didn't have an ounce of fight in their bones.
I mean, they beat them once, and then they fall down to them 34-0.
No, I agree.
They decide, they literally said, hey, let's have Big Evan Tate guard Jeremiah Smith in this game. I'm not even kidding when I say this. Big Evan and Tate had a better game plan to defend and cover Jeremiah Smith than Oregon did. Oregon said, here's our high safety. Good luck. You're on an island, kid. And Jeremiah Smith burned them constantly.
I do
Oregon,
agree.
We had help over top.
Pressure is on for Oregon.
I do agree completely. And saying they didn't win a playoff game when they were playing Ohio State for their first game as the number one seed in the country is bullshit.
Doesn't matter who you play, though. You got to go out there and beat them.
No, I get
They're
what
number
Kayce
one.
did,
I understand what she's saying, too. And I agree. I was from the jump last year in complete opposition of everything that they were doing with the rankings and the playoff and the SEP and the format was horrendous, beyond comprehension. It doesn't matter, though. You're the number one team in the country. You're undefeated.
Okay.
Go out. We're not doing this where it's like, hey, we got a bad draw. From their perspective, protect your rankings. Show why you're the best team in the country. Don't cower down.
Also, at some point in the playoff, if you're number one team in the country, you're going to play Ohio State.
Play a big team.
True.
Yeah,
Go prove yourself. Don't run from it. And they ran from it.
No excuses for them. And
They had every excuse in the book.
that was also just an absolute bullshit that call that the number one team was going to have to either play Tennessee or Ohio State. Just really quickly, also, T-Bob, before we move on to the next question, I do think LSU has a lot of expectations because Brian
They're on my
Kelly,
list.
under a lot of scrutiny, obviously, if like he, is he a good fit for LSU? Is he not? But you've got Garrett Nussmeier, who so many people are high on, got a stacked roster, and it's like, Brian Kelly, okay, you left Notre Dame, you were always, right on the, tip of success at Notre Dame, like national championship wise. What are you going to do at LSU? And it just doesn't seem like he's making people happy down there right now.
Let me ask you all this real quick, because in my mind, it is playoff or bust. I find it hard to choose him to win a national championship, but I have no problem saying if they don't make a playoff, it is an abject failure. And I will never believe that Brian Kelly will make a playoff again. Like, I'll never give him the benefit of the doubt again.
I'd agree with that.
I'd agree with that.
Yep.
And then for also on my list, Clemson has to win the ACC.
Yeah.
I'm not going to put anything else on him beyond that, but like,
But
look
they've
at
been
the
facing
votes.
that pressure for a decade.
That's fair. Okay,
I
so
don't
you're
even
used to it. They've been like tempered. That's actually a
Penn
good
State's
point.
new to this.
And I mentioned Texas Tech earlier, but like Texas Tech with the schedule, the roster, they have to.
So moving forward with that, and Brandon, you already mentioned Lincoln Riley, but I know we did some SEC coach talk on Tuesday's episode. Who do you think has the hottest coaching seat going into fall camp in the whole country? Brandon, I'll start with you.
Jeff Levy.
Ooh.
No, I'm just kidding, bro. Everybody knows nobody expects that much out of Levy. Not enough to fire him, at least.
Damn, that just got worse. That started bad, it just got worse.
Great point, T-Bob.
So
I'm sorry, dude. I'm sorry, bro.
it's interesting. The SEC, Lincoln Riley's got a hot seat. Brent Venables has a hot seat, But in the SEC, to me, all of the seats are simmering on the stove. Not all of them. Lane Kiffin's fine. Stark is fine. Like there's probably 4 or 5 guys that are just fine. Just don't even worry about. Shane Beamer's fine. Like all those guys are fine. But there's like 11 SEC coaches that are on the stove right now, and the water is simmering.
Could go either way.
And we could turn that thing up to a boil by mid-September. We could if Florida starts poorly, his ass might not make it through October. If Oklahoma starts poorly, his ass ain't making it through October. Hugh Freeze is getting a lot of he's kind of skating by on these hot seat lists. If they got a bad start, his ass is gone by October. Like I think the entire SEC, outside of like the top 4 or 5 schools or top 4 or 5 coaches, right now is looming on the hot seat. None of them are just smoking hot yet, but like I think they're all right there underneath it. Otherwise,
they're on the cusp.
Nationwide,
They're simmering. That's a great analogy.
Nationwide, probably Lincoln Riley.
Kayce, I would ask a question to you and the group in general. And I guess, to be honest, what put this in my head was you sending us the 10 hardest schedules. How hot is Luke Fickell's seat? Is that a simmer?
It's a simmer. It's definitely a simmer.
Is that a burn? Is it actually burning?
It's simmering, but if you touched it right now, I think you'd burn your hand.
Okay.
The expectations of him when he went to Wisconsin and obviously the same offseason as Matt Rule going to Nebraska. And now I'm not saying Nebraska's just jumped off the page either. I mean, they finally broke the bowl game drought.
Yeah.
But it feels like this has been, I don't want to say an epic failure because it's not like they've been the absolute worst team in the country and they hang in some games, but it's definitely been a disappointment. And this is not what Wisconsin thought they were getting with Luke Fickell.
No, I mean, I guess I struggle to answer because I haven't done enough reading of like local Wisconsin beat writers to know what the kind of fan attitude is, but the return on investment and like you said, the result in relation to expectation has been disastrous.
Yes.
And they spent the time trying to air raid and now they're trying to get back to Wisconsin again.
What's your deal?
No, I'm right.
What's your deal?
My deal is
we're on a podcast. We're on a podcast talking college football. 25 minutes ago, we talked about the easiest schedules in the country in Indiana. Mm-hmm. 25 minutes ago, we had a thorough discussion about Indiana and their place on the. You said nothing.
I tried to talk.
You said
I tried
nothing.
to talk.
And yet, 1 minute ago, 1 minute ago, you tweet out. You tweet. Saying Indiana has a top 3 to 5 easiest schedule in the sport is comically incorrect.
Correct.
No schedule with road games at Iowa, Oregon, and Penn State should be there.
Correct.
It's a good call.
If a different team had Indiana's exact schedule, it wouldn't be up there. You're getting clicks for the logo coach.
Correct. I want to say all this. I never got a chance to speak, so I tweeted it. I'm right.
Damn. Stand on business, Lee.
They don't play a non-conference schedule. That is factual. That is not carrying the weight for an entire Big Ten schedule that features those 3 road games and still has like Illinois and at Maryland, whoever. Like Big Ten, we've all said the middle of the pack still strong. You expect Indiana to take a step back. Again, they're just not there. They're not a top 10 easiest schedule if it's not Indiana. That's just factual. You can make fun of the non-conference stuff.
I mean,
you're playing at Iowa, Oregon, and Penn State.
Hey,
Nobody wants to do it.
these are all good points. I just wish you'd have said something.
I wish I could have said too.
I
tried. We have the
very
tapes.
funny that Brandon caught that. But
I looked at that camera just like this.
That's how you look at it all the time.
To be fair, that is kind of hard.
You can interrupt at any time. We all do it.
Yeah, true.
That's just how you look.
I started making the Liam sounds.
You know what you need to do?
He caught it.
You know
he giggled.
You need to barge in.
Yeah, I should have barged in. I
barged
should have
in.
Baja blasted
wait.
his hydro pump.
Tweet in.
Brandon does this on the college football show all the time to get my attention. Raise your hand.
We're going to institute a raise your hand situation.
Pre-K?
What?
Pre-kindergarten.
All right, let's move on.
Yeah,
Okay.
how old are you in pre-K?
Get me out.
8 or 9.
You got to get me out of here in 15 minutes.
Oh, okay. Ev, do you have a coach that's on the hot seat?
Yeah, I thought Brandon made some great points. I think obviously there's a few like Napier, those guys that make sense, but I think there's one that stands out above the rest. To me, it's very clear. It's Mike Norvell. I think that seat is as hot as it could possibly be.
True.
And it's crazy because if you said that 18 months ago, you would have said you're drunk. But I mean, coming off a 2-10 season, and also I think this is the greater point I wanted to make. Obviously, last season couldn't have gone worse. A disaster to unthinkable proportions. This guy who's been 20-20 in this run in the ACC. Like, it's not like he had built something and then they really hadn't been good. He basically had one good year. The year before that went 9-3. I mean, it's fine, but even in Florida State's standards, that's not like spectacular. Just like
No,
fine,
they just
serviceable.
like finished strong the second half of that year and then had the great year. So you're right. They've only had 1.5 like good years basically.
Like I think like if you look at his body of work, if they're bad this year again, we're looking back at his Florida State tenure, like you just had a blip in the radar. Like that you had an outlier year where you had incredible NFL talent. You had Jared Verse, who was defensive rookie of the year. You had Fisk, who was also like phenomenal, like starter on like one of the better defenses in the league. They just had a bunch of NFL talent. I think
those good receivers, yeah.
I think he really
Jordan Travis was super underrated.
Coleman and all
awesome.
these guys, like they just had a lot of NFL talent, and he made the most of it that year. Unfortunately, Travis got hurt and everything went to shit. And then since then, it's just been garbage. Like his tenure has just not been good at all. Like it's not like you can go back and be like, oh, he had 3 good years in a row. Then he's struggling. Like he's just been kind of bad besides 1 year and then the end of the other season. If he has another even like remote, like 500 a year, get his ass out of there.
I know we've said this a lot on this podcast too, but not only just to go from, missing the playoff in, unfair fashion, in my opinion. I understand Jordan Travis was hurt, whatever. But then the bitching and the whining all offseason that Florida State did, and just, the lawsuits and this, and then to roll out a 2-10 season, just awful. That's a good one. Somebody asked me the other day, Buttman, you might know this, has literally any word ever been said from the Florida State guy last year that was going to eat the...
No, he deactivated and nobody
he's
knows
gone
where he's
forever?
at in life.
Yeah, he disappeared.
Wow.
But I
too
would
long.
like to shout out St. Bill Snyder on Twitter. Do y'all know about him?
Yeah,
He's a Kansas State fan who said he would stick a burrito up his ass.
Yeah.
And he did stick a burrito up his ass.
yeah.
You
Good
know
guy.
that for a fact?
Good guy.
Honorable human
Honorable
being.
guy. Wait,
You don't
Okay.
have to say these things.
we talked FSU, so I got to mention this. Do you remember the interaction we had with the FSU fan at the National yesterday? It might be the dumbest fucking thing I've ever heard. I was talking to an FSU fan who's selling me on Castellanos, so that's fine. I get that. But then he starts shitting on Jordan Travis, which is absurd.
Yeah.
Like he was one of the highest rated pass, like an objectively awesome quarterback. But then, and this is where he reached the truly absurd, he goes, look, I went to Jordan Travis's family's Christmas party. Nobody wants to defend Jordan Travis more than me. I'm like, you can't fucking say that. You can't say that and then say he sucked. Like, what are you talking about?
He started by saying, y'all got to talk about Florida State more this year. I said, we'd love to. And he said, well, we finally have a quarterback. I'm like, what do you mean? And he said, we haven't had a quarterback in years. I said, Jordan Travis. He said, hey, listen, I'd love to say Jordan Travis was good. I'd love to. Can't do it.
I went to his Jordan Travis's family's Christmas party.
Well, it wasn't the only reason they were good, but he was a prime reason they were good.
Okay, let me take that back.
He
is the only the injury to Jordan Travis is the sole reason they were not in the playoffs.
Yeah,
that is true.
That is true.
He was that important to that team that an entire committee said, yeah, this guy's hurt. We don't fucking care. I'm just saying.
I think does anybody even care about Kentucky enough to put Mark Stoops on here?
I was going to say when you were
Poops.
listing all the
8 for 9.
SEC guys, he's there.
Yeah, I kind of just threw a blanket over the SEC.
Yeah.
Venables, obviously.
You mentioned Riley.
Venables, Napier, Freeze,
Sam
Stoops. Pittman for sure. Pittman, if we're talking actual temperature, Pittman's definitely got the hottest seat. Because can you imagine it under there? Jesus Christ.
Oh, God. I love Sammy P. That's my body type.
Yeah, you would.
Wait, what about Liam? Do you have a deep cut G5 hot seat or any deep cut hot seats for us?
I was actually just going to come to the table with Michigan State, which I know is Jonathan Smith. He's only entering year 2, but that fan base was not thrilled at all about what happened last season. I thought they were a massive disappointment. Childs didn't come close to living up to the hype. He's got a lot to work on between the years there, and supremely talented. But Michigan State has like a 4 or 5 win season, and there's someone else out there that's like, hey, let's just cut ties. I wouldn't be surprised at all.
Virginia Tech guy's got to be close, right?
Yeah,
Brent,
Pry
or Key?
yeah.
I get them confused.
Pry. Key is at Georgia
Key's
Tech.
Georgia Tech.
Yeah. Pry's got to be close.
Mm-hmm.
What about?
Yeah, I like the analogy of the simmering. I bet you if you like really took a map around the country and put that, there'd be a lot of simmering pots. Okay. Maybe I know T-Bob's actually been through as an athlete a lot of fall camps. Which coach right now do you think would run the most fun fall camp?
The bits guy,
Yeah,
Dan Lanning.
yeah.
He's young.
Do y'all
fun.
do y'all love when you see the so you'll see the players show up to practice at 6 a.m. and the coach is like, get on the buses, get on the fucking buses.
Yeah.
And they're like, God, and they're running. The social media guys are running with him, and then he gets on the bus and said, listen, we're going to the water park.
Yeah.
And it's just
Let's
go
fucking
crazy.
go!
The other day, Mississippi State did that where they're like, hey, 6 a.m. I want you to go out to that parking lot and then go to the baseball field. We're having a home run derby.
Yeah.
and the guys
yeah.
went crazy.
I love it.
I think we've reached a good time in college football where coaches aren't afraid to let the guard down and be a little less serious and let them have a little fun and realize that 9-a-days and 108-degree temperatures maybe aren't the best ways to get maximized results out of your athletes.
Yeah.
And they do let them do fun things and they do let them do silly things and I don't know who would be the most fun.
I imagine Dillingham's pretty fun.
Dillingham
That's what I was
seems
gonna say.
fun. Beamer seems fun.
Dion, obviously. All the celebrities that'll come
Jason Eck at New Mexico.
Okay, you don't have to get your guys on every.
Yeah, fuck yeah, dude.
Cannonball.
You don't have to get your guys on every single
Idaho,
one.
he was doing cannonballs like crazy.
Hugh Freeze, if he lets you
Out
use
the
his cell
wazoo.
phone,
Is Jamie
How about
Chadwell fun?
Lane probably.
No.
but he's at Liberty. And
I know,
Liberty's
that's
not
what I was
fun.
going to say.
Yeah.
He's-
Jamie Chadwell was fun at Coastal, but you can't be fun at Liberty.
Oh, Bielema. Right?
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
Bielema
yeah.
was awesome.
I don't think Jamie's like.
On the flip
fun.
side, who do you think the worst would be?
Oh man.
Oh, I didn't thought about this. Who's the most curmudgeonly?
Ryan Day.
Sig-
Day's just gonna scream at your grandpa. at the
Signetti's
barbecue.
curmudgeonly.
Oh, true.
Yeah, but he's kind of like badass curmudgeonly.
Yeah.
Yeah, I honestly, I understand like playing for a coach with this type of pedigree. I'm not sure that Bill Belichick's running a great fall camp.
Yeah, I'm not sure. Yeah, that's a good one. I'm not sure
Okay,
Belichick's
I don't
making
think I'm
the
rolled
guys.
out happy to be at Bill Belichick's 2-a-days as an 18-year-old.
Yeah,
I
that's
mean,
probably.
I doubt Dabo's is very fun.
I don't know, bro. They have
He
a
does those
slide
two
in the
things, though.
Clemson building.
Yeah.
I guess
Also,
that's true. I guess
Dabo-
that's
doing
The thing
TikToks.
about Dabo is Dabo has recruited Clemson-ass players to Clemson. Like the same way that A&M is cultish, like Clemson doesn't get nearly enough cult credit. Because actually, I bet you Elko
Preaching to
drives
the
a
choir
hard.
here, buddy.
Elko probably drives a hard camp.
Yeah.
First of all,
yeah, fair.
Sark doesn't seem fun.
no, he doesn't.
No.
He seems way too serious. First of all, T-Bob, we're proud to be a cult.
I
okay?
know. I don't mean that disparagingly.
Second of all, I completely agree with you. I've said this forever when we talk about Dabo, because Brandon for a long time has talked about how fake he thinks Dabo is. I think the players in the Clemson locker room love his antics because they are like him. Like when he does all the TikToks and stuff, like I think they're like, yeah, coach is getting involved.
What you're describing is being brainwashed.
Yeah, exactly. That's the
Okay.
A&M and Clemson way.
Yeah.
And I don't see what the issue is. If you have that much emotion and love for your team, that means you care more. Just saying.
Well, who has more unrivaled passion, Brandon, A&M or Iowa?
A&M.
They both suck.
Oh, Brandon,
I'm,
first of all, let me tell you something right now. Iowa tried to get your family and your wife fired from the job, called you a
Yeah,
racist.
but they didn't throw beer cans at me. They threw them at you.
Okay, that's fine. I'm telling you right now, if you went to College Station, Texas, and you went to an A&M game and you were on game, they would be the nicest people to you, even if you don't deserve it. And I don't think you do deserve it, but you would love College Station.
Howdy.
I have a small announcement.
What?
I might be out on Drinkwitz.
No, Drinkwitz runs a fun camp.
I might be out on Drinkwitz.
Wait, what happened?
You know, he and I are DM buddies, right?
Yeah.
DM'd him a couple. He found out I had him on the watch list for being a really good team this year, and nobody's talking about him. They were my team that's not receiving enough hype. And he hit me up and he said this and I said that and then he said this and I said that. And I said, hey man, just one thing, just stop taking good Mississippi State transfers. They took a receiver from him.
Yeah.
I said, stop recruiting my guys, man. And I'll reveal it one day, but what he said back has got him on the shit list. So
Whoa.
just know something, Drink. Just know something.
Hmm.
You've got an ally sitting in this chair. Got an ally with a lot of stroke out there. Or maybe you're going to have a stroke. You got an ally. Be careful with your allies, all right? Just make sure they're always allies.
Speaking of, I do think Drink will run a fun camp, but also we were talking about coaches that know how to manipulate the media.
Mm-hmm.
Eli Drinkwitz puts a lot of very good and effective work into getting to be friends with the media.
Star
He
Wars
is
guy.
elite at it. Oh, really?
Yeah, well, you never see him in the Star Wars getup?
No,
He brought
I'm
a
all the-
lightsaber to a presser.
I'm even more in now. No, I
Look
always
that
think
up,
about
look that
Dan
up.
Mullen. Oh, with the Dan Mullen stuff back there. That's right. I forgot about that. No, I know. I remember
I
the
showed
message.
it
You
to
showed it to me.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Send it to me. I want to see it.
Yeah. It
I
was
want to
very
see it.
disparaging.
I
of
can't
Mr.
decide if I
Mistake.
think he went a petty route or if he was just a dickhead. I need to know.
Petty.
Ev, who do you think you would want to not go to a fall camp with?
I mean, no, I mean, Belichick was probably the best answer said in this segment for sure. There's no chance that Belichick training camp is a fun camp.
Wait. There's
Yeah, I
another
mean,
one
that's-
from the Big Ten, Ev. What do you got? Because I'm thinking of somebody right now. I want to see if you land on it.
Oh,
in the Big
Brandon.
Ten.
I kind of like that answer.
Kirk Ferentz.
Watch your ass, Drink.
No, I thought
Iowa,
too,
right?
But,
Kirk Ferentz, huh?
but he kind of lets them loose and just kind of lets them have fun.
Oh, really? Okay, never mind.
Yeah.
I'll rescind my
Terrence
answer.
I
then.
could have saw as a tough nosed guy for sure.
He
I
is,
would've
but like
assumed-
he also just knows to let
Might-
the kids be kids. The answer is
Might depend
Brian
on what
Kelly.
you look like.
Yeah, the answer might be
Oh.
Brian
The
Kelly.
answer is Brian Kelly, and if he sends me up there on the
Watch out, though, guys. There's a new nickname for the LSU receiving corps making the rounds.
What is it?
Legion of Zoom. Legion of Zoom. They've
Dumb.
got a bunch of badass receivers,
All right.
dude.
Dumb.
Legion of
I don't like
Zoom. Get
See you
fucking
next
ready. Mincy was telling me, print the shirts
Zone
now.
6.
I love
LSU
that Mincy's the
fan?
one that told you. He's just an LSU fan. Can we be honest?
Wait, he is actually the one that told you that?
Yeah.
Also, I mean, this Drinkowitz, I mean, I just like him more now.
I didn't even show you what it was.
I sent it to him.
You didn't
so I
have
can-
to.
Kayce, God damn it.
Tweet it.
What does it matter that I see it?
Tweet
All
it
right,
out.
just don't say what it is.
He
I'm not,
wouldn't
of course
say
I'm
that.
not gonna,
All right.
but I mean, funny guy.
Kayce, I gotta be
Infuriating for
at the National
listeners.
Card Show in a minute.
I know. That's why I was
All right.
about to end the show, but I was just gonna say.
I got a paid segment out there. If I'm late, I'm in trouble.
Okay,
All right.
we'll end the show. I know that we are with Big Noon kickoff this year, and I'm very excited to be with Fox Sports. Also, have to give a little credit where credit is due. ESPN put out their trailer today for the 2025 season. Incredible, awesome. Machine Gun Kelly is the song, the official theme song this year. So thank you for ESPN.
Oh
Just
Lord,
Wanted to say
that's
that.
awful. He's
Was
still a
that-
thing.
You haven't even heard it.
He's still a thing.
well, I won't be
Brandon.
watching that.
I won't be watching it either.
Well, I'm gonna send it to you over and over until you
The
watch
two
it.
aforementioned music experts around.
Yep, we are Fox boys.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no, we are Fox boys. We don't like ESPN. Anyways, okay, Brandon, go to your paid thing.
Yeah.
We will be back next week. Episodes again Tuesday and Friday. We will, I assume, start our conference previews pretty soon. Our
Yeah, let's
playoff
talk about that off
predictions.
air. I think 4 conference previews probably start about maybe the second week of August.
We also have like our playoff predictions, our Heisman predictions, all that coming up. So big month. It's officially college football season. August. Let's go, boys. We'll see you next week. That is Unnecessary Roughness.
Farmageddon
Hats are on.
coming up.